Tricia and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I put together a very quick and easy wreath with Dollar Tree items. I've made it in a St. Patrick's Day theme. Here it is. I'm going to show you how I put it together, so let's get to crafting. Alright, so let me show you the materials that I'm going to be using. Everything that I've got here is from the Dollar Tree. So I started off with this, this is a 14-inch wreath form. It is a wire form. And it is kind of like in a gold tone. It doesn't really matter. We're going to cover it a little bit. I felt like we might be able to see through a little bit through the fabric that I'm going to use. So that's why I got the gold one, just in case. And the fabric that I chose is this scarf. They had really cute little scarves there to choose from the Dollar Tree. And I grabbed this one. I thought it would be really pretty. I couldn't find any St. Patrick's Day ribbon, so that's just why I got this. But I did get this other ribbon. It's a burlap in green, which I got in the regular like floral supply area. I went ahead and I also grabbed these little yellow, they're Gerber daisies from that same section, along with these as well. And these are called Tweedia. They have like a very light toned kind of a green. And because the scarf has all those tones, I thought that would be really cute. And then I grabbed these are like clovers, is that what they are? Shamrock, that's what it's called, shamrock. And I got them in these two tones. I got 4 bushes. I didn't know how much I was going to use. So I went ahead and I grabbed 4 of them. And of course I chose both tones because I wanted very variegated colored, greens in my wreath. I also got these little shamrock picks. So they're little glittered picks like that. I don't know if I'm going to use them or how many I'm going to use, but I grabbed those. Okay, we're going to start off with wrapping this scarf around our wreath or whatever fabric you're using, or you're using a ribbon. Of course, we're going to take off all our labels. Let me go ahead and pop that open. And I want to see how far it goes. Let me grab something real quick. Okay, I'm going to be using this is a cable tie. I got these little tiny ones. I think I grabbed these from Lowe's or Home Depot, one or the other. But they do have cable ties there at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to grab one of the ends here. And I'm just going to wrap. Let's see, which way does this go? I always got to, which way does it go? Let's put that on here. I want to grab the end. I'm not going to wrap the whole thing. It's like half of it or more than half of it. Is that where it tightens? Yeah, that's where it tightens. So just grab it on to the inner, right here. Wrap it around this inner ring here next to one of the these little crossover wires right here. Just grab it there, the end. Make sure that it was going under. So I'm going to push this down also, and then I can trim it from behind now that I've got it at the tightness I want, and then just kind of lay it flat there. All right, so now I'm just going to wrap around and see how far it goes. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the edges of the scarf, the finished edges, they're kind of folded inward because I don't want to see that. I just want to see the pretty fabric. Wrapping it in the top part. This is what what's going to be my top part of my wreath. And let's just see how far this goes. So let's spread it out as much as we can so that we get maximum coverage. And if I cover more than I need, that's great, because then I'll have a place where I can hot glue, like a surface that I can hot glue things to. Okay, so let me just continue and we'll see how far this goes. Okay, we're at the end, so we're just going to grab the end towards the back. Grab another one of these little wire cables or cable ties. You can use floral wire, chenille stem, whatever you happen to have. You don't have to use these. They were just right there next to me. Super easy to grab. Okay, trim this off. I'm not going to bother trimming that off. It's going to get covered. So here, we got that covered like so. All right, so now I'm going to take the ribbon, and I believe this is 3 yards. Let me make sure, 9 feet, 3 yards. And that's more than enough to make a a nice round bow, but I don't want a big bow. I just want a little bit to make a bow. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of more or less here. I just want a simple 2-loop bow. So I'm going to cut that off. And look, just to simplify things for myself, and you can do the same thing. Doesn't matter which side is the right side. Okay, yeah, I'm using the right side. Okay, I'm going to take another chenille stem. What I'm going to, not a chenille stem, a cable tie. I'm just going to gather it right here in the middle. Did you see what I did? Let's undo this again. Okay, so here's the little piece of, it's almost 36 inches. It's almost a yard. Okay, so here's the middle. I'm going to put my finger there. Bring this up for a loop right there. And then bring this one for a loop and just kind of crisscross it over the other one. And then just pinch it. And then what you want to do is you want to twist your ribbon so that you have the nice side facing up. This we have the nice side facing up here. And now with our cable tie, we're just going to tie that around. Nice and tight. Trim off the excess plastic here. And now we have a little bow right here. You can do that with a chenille stem, a piece of floral wire. There you go. Another piece of ribbon, a little tiny piece of ribbon, a thin piece of ribbon is what I meant to say. So there we have our little bow already made. Okay, let me pan down our camera closer to what I'm actually doing down here. So you're not looking at me, but you're looking at the project. All right, so now that I have made my bow and I put it aside, I have all this other ribbon left over, so then I'm going to use this ribbon to wrap around this little end here. Now what I could have done is I could have bought 2 scarves and then finished wrapping this up. So just so that you get an idea of how much you need to cover this 14-inch wreath, if you do want to cover it all the way. And the only reason that I'm covering it all the way is so that I have a surface where I can hot glue things. I think I mentioned that, but I'll say it again, just so that I have a surface. So I'm going to use this ribbon to do that. And I'm going to do the same thing. Grab a chenille. Oh, sorry, I keep saying chenille stem, but these are cable ties. A little cable tie there. Okay. And then just tie. What, did I twist it around the wrong way? Yeah, there. Tie it down with a cable tie. Nice and tight. I'll slide that under. Trim. I'm going to trim a little bit of the end here because I think I grabbed too much. Trim that off. Okay, so I'm going to continue wrapping around with this burlap. Okay, let's make sure that I have enough to go around this way and behind it. And then I can just trim it right there. We'll use another cable tie in there somewhere. Let's push it through here. Yeah, this one. Any one of those rings. Grab the end, slide it there in between the cable tie and the wire of the wreath, and then we'll pull it tight to grab that little end. And if you don't feel like it's secure enough, which I'm okay with it, but I think I need a little bit of hot glue there just to make sure. Okay. And that's what I did there. So now look, it's wrapped all the way around. I have a surface here where I can hot glue things. And I have some ribbon left over, so maybe I want to put another little poof on my bow. Okay, so let's take our greenery. Let me push off some trash off the table here. I'll sweep it up later. Let's take these labels off. Like I said, sweep that up later. Okay, and I'm going to push some of this. This can be pushed up a little bit here on some of these branches. Push these upward so they get, well, this one's missing a little bit of leaves. Okay, let's just trim them as short as we can. Not too short. We want to give them a little bit of stem where we can have a surface to glue down. And this one fell off, so we'll figure that out in a moment where it came off of. It's not that big of a deal, but yeah, we gotta put it back. These don't seem to be missing any, but this one was, so I'm gonna put it on this one. And sometimes if they keep coming off, well, you might have to I'll glue it. I went ahead and I cut off a little extra stem that was on there because I don't have more leaves to put in it. All right. So like I said, I don't know if I'm going to use all of that. But now I want to start putting greenery with these beautiful clovers, and they're nice and glittery, so they're really pretty. That's my little dog. Let me go ahead and let her in. Come in, come on. All right. I'm going to bend the stem a little bit because I don't want things to be like super flat. I'll put one there. And I'll put another one kind of crisscrossing it. Right there, like a little, make like a little V shape there. I'll do the same thing on this other side so that I have a kind of a symmetrical. I can even tuck it underneath the ribbon there. You know, where it's on the edges of the ribbon where it crisscrosses on top of the other. Ooh, look at that. Look at me finding out smart ways to do this. Okay. You know what? This one doesn't have as many leaves, so I'm going to take that one off because these are way bushier. Okay. And then I'll put this one right here. Okay. And I always feel like I went a little too high, but that's okay. So this is what I've got so far. So what I want to do is I want to continue that. I want to fill in, and right now it looks like I'm going to use all of this. So I'm going to alternate with the lighter tones, but I'm not going to put them so close to these. I'm going to put them a little bit further so that I have room to tuck in these, what were these called? Tweedia, yeah. Okay, and then some of the little picks, the little shamrock picks, and then those beautiful yellow Gerbera daisies. You know, I really hate when I can't take the label off. You know, it's just there. We're going to go ahead and hide it. So I'm going to go ahead and accept that it's going to exist up there. All right, so just do the same thing. Push all of these up. Trim them as short as you can, but just leave some length, about an inch and a half of stem that you can use to bend and to, you know, glue it down. Okay, so I'm going to leave a little bit of space here. I think that'll be good. Same idea. This one I can't tuck it because the ribbon is this way. Let's see, put it on there. Let's see, right there. Put enough glue. Let's put enough glue in there to grab those. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. This is too long. And this one. There we go. I don't want to cover these, so when you're putting them down, make sure they're not on top of these. You know, they can overlap a tiny bit, but not too much. And really, I want to tuck some other stuff in there, so leave a little space. And then don't forget, we're also going to have a little bow here. So we need room for our bow. So we don't want to put anything there where the bow's going to go. Just checking on my dough. I'm going to fold these in a little bit like that. Yeah, that's cute. I think I'm going to put that right here now so that I know how far down I can go with this greenery that I'm adding. These shamrock stems. You know what, guys? I need to have my glue gun down here. Okay. Let's save that one for filling in anywhere we might need that. Okay, I'm going to glue this down. Let's find that little knob of the cable tie forward so I can have a flat surface on the back. Okay, so I've gone ahead now. I've cut more of the darker and the other bush of the lighter clover because I decided that, you know what, I am going to eventually use all of this up. So now that I have my little bow there, I know how far down I can go with greenery or where I can place it so that I, you know, when I finally do put the bow, that it doesn't lay up on top of everything and then just make it stick up too much and then it hides, you know, a lot of what I put on there, and then, you know, you kind of lose the purpose of why did I put that on there? It's now getting hidden away. All right, so now let's keep going here. What do I do? Whatever I do to one side, I just do to the other. Okay, so in the middle of my bow here, I have a little space and I can see that little twist tie. So I'm gonna grab this, I think about so much. Yeah, and then I'll just trim off the edge here and just make a little loop like that. Again, with another piece of cable tie. Tied up, or wire, whatever you want to use. There we go. And then we'll put some glue. Let's flatten this down here. We'll put some glue down where I tied it, and we're going to put that right in the middle. So we add a little loop to that bow. Okay, so because it's a mesh and I can kind of see through it, I'm going to grab some of these pieces of clover that I have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the little leaves like so, like that. And I'm going to glue some coming out of the center of the bow here, just to hide a little bit of what I can see through it and hide that cable tie. Oops, I pulled it off. Putting all these webs. We can take our blow dryer. Yeah, is it a blow dryer? Hair blow dryer? I don't use one, you guys, so I don't even know what it's called. Or your heat gun, whatever you happen to have. Blow it on here, and that helps to remove a lot of these webs from our hot glue gun. Okay. Well, you know what? Let me cut this a little shorter. I don't need it to have such a long stem, because then that kind of shows. I need it to be a little closer to hide all of that. Let me turn it around so I can look at it from over here. Yeah, that looks good. Just add one more. And I'm adding both colors so that, again, I have a variation there, or variegation. See in there? And there, right in here. All right, tucked in some leaves into the bow so you don't see that black cable tie. Okay, so I'm going to take some of these lighter colored ones. Oops, I forgot to bend my stem first, you guys. Bend it a little bit. Have this one poking out the top here. This one also. Poking out the top. Poof up everything. I'm going to save these, see if I need to use them for something. There we go, move them out of the way. Look how pretty that looks. It's super simple. I mean, you really don't have to do anything more to it, but just because I can, I am. All right, so let me cut some of these flowers. I think I need maybe 4 of them. I'm going to push up the leaves on them. Okay, I'm going to save these other 2 flowers for something else. Okay, let's see. I'm going to bend this. And now I know I can trim off a little bit more. It just depends on where you're going to put it. I'm going to put it right here. I'll do the same to the other side. Bend my stem because I am putting it flat onto the wreath, and I don't want my flower to end up laying down like that, so I have to bend it so my flower is standing up looking pretty, so that when I put it in there, you know, it's looking forward rather than it facing down, and then in order to, you know, just laying too flat. We don't want it to lay flat. We want it to be perky like that. Okay, I'm going to also trim the ends of my ribbon. Okay, let's see this one. Let's push that leaf up a little bit more. We're going to trim a little bit more here as well. Put this one right here. Kind of facing out a little bit rather than up, you know, straight up like these are. I'll do the same with this one. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and add the freesia, or what was it? What was it? Not freesia. I don't know why I want to call it freesia. It's called Tweedia. Maybe there's something else that looks like it. Let's call that. Okay. These I'm also going to trim. I'm not going to use these long leaves that are on it, so I'm just going to push those down. I don't really need to push them down. They're not really in my way. And get them a nice length, and then we can always trim them some more. So that's 3, 4. I bought 2 bushes of this one, but maybe I only use 1. Well, look at that. Look how pretty that's going to look in there. Okay. And I feel like I don't need that much. So I am just going to cut this little bush, and use, it says there were 6 of them, I'll use 3 of these little freesia stems. Or maybe just 2. We'll see. I feel like I need one right in here because there's like a little gap right there. You know what, I am going to do 3. Okay. On each side. Do however many you want. This one's going to be coming downward a little bit. You know, going this way. So this is the side that has a little Tweedia. I think that's a cute name, Tweedia. Makes me think of Tweety Bird. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Alright, so I've done both sides. So now I have these clovers, picks that I also want to put in there. And I kind of want to put maybe 3 up here. Like that. I cut them short because I'm going to tuck also in there. So I'm going to use these that I already cut. These I'm going to pull them off the sticks that have come from the little picks. And you could say these are wooden picks because you could end up having to use them for something else. Okay, does it have a prettier side? I'm just going to see which one looks prettier. And the not so pretty side. Glue it down. Yeah. There is a nicer side because where I pulled out the pick, it kind of leaves a little bit of a, you can see the white foam. So I'm just going to turn it around this way because over here you don't. Oops. Just put it on there. I mean, you don't have to be on there, you guys. You don't have to use this. If you feel like, you know, the flowers and all that is already enough, then just stop there, okay? I'm just putting them on there just because I can. And you know what, guys? I'm going to separate these a little bit more because I've only got 3 more. And I'm not going to be able to use one of them. Of course, if I had planned it out a little bit better, then maybe I only needed to put maybe a couple up here on the top. And then I could have put, you know, 2 more here. You know what? One can be right coming out of that little heart there in the middle. So let's do that. Making sure that little stick gets hidden away in the little leaves there. So we tuck it in. There we go. Just like that. And we're done. All right, everyone, I have finished my wreath and here it is. It's super simple, super easy to do. It didn't take very much time at all to do. It took maybe 30 minutes of my day to put this together. It could have been a lot faster if I wasn't doing a video, but I'm just showing you just a few items from the Dollar Tree. I didn't spend very much, so let me see how much I spent. I bought 4 stems of clover, and then 2 of, 1 of daisies and 1 of that Tweedia, so that makes it 6. That would make it $5, $7.50, and then $1.25 for the scarf, $1.25 for this, $1.25 for the picks, and then $1.25 for the wreath. Did I already mention the wreath? Yeah, because I mentioned the scarves. Okay, so altogether, that's another $4. So it's about $11.50, and of course taxes and so forth. So it's about, I'm going to say $12 that I spent on this wreath. I thought it was pretty good. $12 for a little wreath. Of course, you could spend less and don't put what some of the items that I did. You could use the same idea for any holiday. It's just going to be a wreath that's going to be there for a short time, so I don't want to invest too much in it. It's not going to be sold for anyone. It's not going to be given away to anyone. It's just going to go on my front door just to make it a little bit festive. And so that's all I need to spend. That's all I need to do. Keep it simple, something quick and easy. I hope that you enjoyed this and that you too will use the idea and create your own. And if you want to share what you've done, you can share that on my Facebook page, Tricia's Creations. There's a link down below in the description box. So that's it, everyone. I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up, and I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications so that you get notified of all of my videos as soon as I upload them. I did take a little break, you guys. I really needed it. I know that I've not been posting very regularly, and then I started to, and then of course my health needed to take a little bit of a break. And so today I headed over to the Dollar Tree, grabbed everything. I said, I'm going to make a little wreath for everybody and make it easy, take it easy on myself, and then you can take it easy on yourself as well. Thank you all so very much for watching my videos. Thank you for supporting me. And as always, enjoy.